What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Gibbon back once again, and you can probably tell from my voice that I'm not in the best of moods with Destiny at this moment in time. I think I've found that just the struggle has been absolutely real this evening. Every single game I played there seemed to be just ridiculousness going on, and it really started to wind me up a little bit. I actually thought to myself, is that it? Is that for me now the honeymoon period properly over? Will I not enjoy this game anymore? Do I even want to play it anymore? And I can't begin to tell you the amount of crap, for want of a better phrase, that I've had to go through this evening just to try and get some sort of, I don't know, mildly decent gameplay going on. But I will say one thing: the gameplay in the background isn't beastly, isn't amazing by any stretch of the imagination. I switched up guns halfway through. I've got the Man of War on. I think I moved back onto the Gorgon, I think it is, sort of halfway through, because I just kind of get fed up, and even with that you're going to see some funny instances. But the best part about this game is that I'm using the Firebreak at the moment, so just having a bit of a go with that. And there's a section in this where I actually get a purifier on, and I go a little bit mental with it, and it just kind of restores my faith in humanity, is probably the right way of saying it, and just makes me feel a little bit better about everything. But anyways, I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope their first day on the Monday has been successful. I hope it's been enjoyable to some stretch of the imagination, but without, like I say, wanting to sound too negative, I just thought I'd bring you this gameplay and just let you know that I've kind of found myself just a little bit frustrated today and a little bit fed up with it all. Not on purpose by any stretch of the imagination. It's just been, like I said, a little bit of a downer, and I don't want this to be a downer commentary. I'm not about that. So, as everybody's probably aware, one of the big things today was that there was, I think, around about a 9 gig update for the PS4. I don't know if it was the same for the Xbox One or not, because I've not turned it on the Xbox One, but massive huge patch notes coming through, just having a look at certain things, just to pull up some highlights on there. I think with some of the specialists, the Outrider, the Sparrow, increased ability to hit enemies, thank God. Rejack, and it's increased remaining power when player terminates. Prophet, Tempest, increased ability to hit enemies, so I guess those have had a bit of a buff. With the assault rifles, the ICR-1, increased long distance damage range, kind of needs it. I find that gun absolutely appalling, although some people really like that gun, but it's I don't like it. HVK-30, increased long distance damage range, so they've had a buff. Shiva, increased long distance damage range, like that actually needed it. I mean, come on, the Shiva, come on. KM44, increased medium distance damage range. Yeah, I can kind of see that one, I suppose. And submachine guns, looks like the Vesper got another nerf, which has reduced recoil stability and reduced hipfire accuracy. And the Weevil, I think Thunder was absolutely right. It's had increased medium distance damage range in hardcore, but it only says in hardcore mode. That thing has caught a buff, and it's caught a major buff. I've been getting absolutely wrecked by the Weevil in certain gameplays. And the Locust sniper rifle has had increased weapon switch speed as well. There's been some to score streaks and stuff like that. Now, the one in particular that I was hoping to see is some of the stuff that they've done to the maps, and the one main thing that I'm really pleased about is that on Splash they've fixed the exploit where the players were able to land on invisible collision near one of the large torches on the east side of the map, giving them unlimited and unfair sightlines. Addressed an exploit where players could get outside the playable area near Atlantis Riptide control room, and added collision to prevent players from getting to an unfair advantage point at the centre of the map, and fixed an exploit where players were able to get into the ceiling of the Atlantis building, and resolved exploit where players were able to gain an unfair advantage near Yellow Water Tube and centre of the map. They patched all the glitches, thank God for that. That's actually quite impressive, so I'm pleased about that, to be honest with you. That's made me feel a lot better about everything. In terms of Splash, that was really annoying. I found that on a couple of games that there was people taking advantage of the exploits. There's also been some new weapon DLC weapons that have been added. There's I think what you call it, a crowbar. There's a new pistol. and what looks like almost like an M8-4, the old kind of assault rifle from like Call of Duty, well, the first one, World at War. So there's some new weapons that have been added to that as well. I'm not sure if they're having to come from supply drops from using your crypto keys and stuff like that, but it's a huge patch update. Hopefully that will make some improvements to the actual gameplay itself, particularly with Splash. That was really annoying, I found. The fact that people have managed to get an exploit that quickly and find it straight away. I mean, the patch notes themselves, I'll link them in the description below, but there is a lot of there's been a lot of updates that have been made. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but it feels like that there's been quite a lot of updates to the game as it's been going on. It's got to be a good thing. It's got to be improvement to the game, so hopefully that'll make some massive improvements with that. Like I say, with the gameplay, the splash exploits, they're gone now, thank God. That was always really annoying, especially when you get killed and you're looking around going, but I have no idea where this guy's killed me from. But yeah, like I said, just to get back to me this evening, I've just found it a real struggle tonight. I've just found it really annoying. Nice little three-piece there. Really annoying in terms of the game itself and the way that it's played, and it's just been, like I said, ridiculously frustrating. But I think my little purifier session is going to be coming up in a second, hopefully in a second anyways, but I'm actually really liking Gauntlet as a map still. I still think it's a really good map to play. Hopefully you guys are finding the map packs are enjoyable. I still absolutely hate Skyjacked. I cannot stand that map. It just is one of those maps that instantly makes me, I don't know, want to punch a puppy. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I retract that statement. It doesn't make me want to do that at all. It makes my blood boil, as you can probably tell. I've been slightly annoyed today, but it's just one of those things. It's just the way that it generally tends to happen sometimes. And again, one of life's little lessons. You just got to kind of try and get on with it as best as you can, and enjoy it. I think this is the little section where I go a little bit mental with the purifier. Just watch what happens. Spring up, boom, take them out. That's 2. Wait for it. There's another one coming up somewhere in a second. Where is he? He's round there. 3, 4. And I missed the 5th one. How I didn't see the guy stood in the corner is absolutely beyond me, but that's one of the typical things that generally tends to happen with this game. My sight lines, I was so focused on trying to get people in front of me. And I'll tell you one thing that has happened to me a lot this evening. A lot. It's that view kick headshot where you start shooting somebody in the head and they like hit you in the foot, and it just makes you flinch up in the air unbelievably, ridiculously, and it's the most annoying thing in the world, especially when you get first drop on somebody. But again, I am using an LMG, so I suppose it's to be expected slightly. Nice little 2-piece there, and we're close, and we win the game. So yeah, it's been a bit of a level of frustration for me tonight. I just wanted to give you the patch note updates and pull out the highlights that I wanted to make a point on, particularly with some of the weapons. Also as well, just check out in here as well, we've got a level 1000 in here, and I don't know if this is legit or not. His stats were absolutely appalling when I actually checked it out. But when you actually looked on like the scoreboard, he was level 1000, but when you actually went into the game lobby, he was only like prestige 3, so I don't know what's happened, whether he's glitched it or it's just unfortunate. It's something that's kind of happened that way, so just one of those things. And there we go, there's my roar of release of the stress and frustration. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys, really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.